All right, we are live, and the New York Mets just traded for Freddy Peralta. We didn't even have time to do the Luis Robert emergency podcast.
I know.
Oh, here we are, Kev. What an offseason it has been, my friend.
Yo, I mean, you can find me on this very show like 10 days ago being like, I don't care what happens the rest of the offseason. This is a terrible offseason. I don't care. And now I'm like, yo, shit. Stearns is making moves, dude. I really did not expect them to be aggressive after the way the offseason started. So I haven't been like totally hot stove because I didn't want to get my hopes up. I didn't want to get crazy. So this was like not on my radar. I really wasn't thinking about him. I don't know why the Brewers is this some sort of Stearns like Milwaukee blackmail deal that he got them to agree on for some reason? Because I feel like this is a crazy move by them. I was not prepared for it for us. And I am still processing the fact that we just landed an ace and gave up a couple names that we've been hearing for a very long time. So there's a lot of emotions right now.
Yeah, I feel like this is what they're doing in Milwaukee is probably what Stearns would be doing here if he didn't have Uncle Stevie's wallet. It's like this is probably the prudent move. The guy's about to hit the market. You cannot re-sign him with Milwaukee's payroll, right? So you have to get him now, or you're gonna have the scoop.
They're a content. Yeah, I get it, but it's just that's still a lot.
We got the Meek Man live. How we feeling, Philip? By the way, look at this. KFC and I in our robes. I literally went to bed and I got a text from an anonymous reporter that we know and said, Peralta to Mets. And I was like, time to get up. Started writing the blog.
I was ready to go right to bed when I got your text.
I just tossed the hoodie on. I was ready to go to bed too.
Phil was fucking in the Mets bed. He just threw the girl out, threw the hoodie on. How are we feeling, Phil?
I mean, David Stearns had a good offseason. December was rough, but we had a good offseason.
It's facts. I mean, I said this to you yesterday, Phil, in the office. The only problem I'm going to have, I said, no matter what we do, go get a starter, build some pitching. At the end of it, I'm going to say to myself, you know what would be nice to couple all of this with? An all-world closer. And it was right fucking there. So no matter what, this offseason is always going to have me remembering and thinking, what if? But yeah, man, I mean, after such a terrible start, you added a lot of solid players and obviously a couple big names. And it's like everybody wanted things to change. Hey, here it is. They changed it. They took it all
broke up a team that had one of the biggest collapses in MLB history, one of the most disappointing seasons in franchise history. And you added like an all-star player to get 300, Marcus Semien, leader. Jorge Polanco, we're going to teach him first base, but he had big playoff moments last year. Luis Robert's only 28 years old. You managed to get younger at multiple key positions and add a frontline starter. Like, it's
huge, man. I mean, and like, I know every fan base does this, but I feel like the Mets really love to hug their prospects. And we have a countless list of names that we thought were going to be, Hall of Famers. I am so always in favor of going and getting real proven talent in exchange for young guys. And like Sproat looked good. I think he's going to be a good pitcher. Yeah. There will probably be some days down the road where we're like, oh my God, I can't believe we gave that guy up. But this is the game. You got to do it. And Jet Williams,
we all agreed at the time of this that Brian Sproat of the three, McLean, Tong, Sproat's the easiest one to give up. I think he's the oldest one. I think he's the one that misses the fewest bats. I think he's the easiest one to give up. And Jet Williams plays the infield. We have a billion infielders. We have Jet Williams may not even be our best infield prospect for all we know. Like Ewing's in the fucking minors.
Yeah, and so this is the thing. So all right. First of all, Kevin, to you. To Kyle, who's probably, Kyle's in a whole other.
Kyle might be asleep right now.
Yeah, he's just hitting the older stage of life, and he has the little kid plus a pregnant wife, so he is shot.
Thick of it.
Kevin, Kyle were the two guys. Me and Phil were sticking with our guys, and Kevin, Kyle were their faith was starting to leave them. I just want you to, and listen, the many, many people in the comments, the watchers, the listeners, the Church of Cohen. Our arms are like our wallet. It's always open for you. We love you guys. All I ask is for the people that did not believe in Steve, did not believe in David. I'm going on first name basis because I never stop believing in them. All I ask is if Luis Robert gets off to like a 1 for 100 start, don't boo him in April because we just need to stop this negative
that's
bullshit,
bro.
I know it's happening. I know it's
get
happening.
Out of here.
Frank's already probably come up with 17 names
totally.
off of like Lou Bob or Pantera that he's gonna do. So, but
He's
all
gonna
right.
call
So
him Boo Robber or something. It's gonna be so bad.
Boo Rob. It's definitely going to be Boo Rob. So Peralta, I mean, I don't know a ton about Peralta. I remember facing him in the playoffs, 2.70 ERA last year.
17 and
Fifth in the
6
Cy
to
Young.
2.7 is fucking in this era. That's
He's in
crazy.
Cy Young voting. Like, it's a
Yeah.
top line starter.
He's a
And
real fucking deal,
His
man.
biggest issue is pitching deep in the games, which
Well,
obviously
You know,
is a
welcome
big
to
part
engineer.
of
the
it, but
entire fucking league in 2026.
yeah.
What's the what do we think is the extension situation?
I don't know if you
And
extend
what
him.
kind of money does a guy like this?
It's obviously a 9-figure contract because he's going to turn 30 in June. You know that's going to be the case. The
Yeah.
key to doing this deal now is you can offer the qualifying offer at the end of the season to where if he leaves, you do get the comp pick back. And you replenish some of the prospects you gave up. That's also the thought process.
Because I don't. I mean, again, I don't know enough about him, but like when we were talking about Scooble, I was like, "Yo, do it," and you have to have an extension ready right then and there.
Mhm.
I don't know if he is that level of guy, and I mean, you did give up a lot to get him, but I don't think it's something. I don't know. I guess if at the end of the day it was Sproat and Williams for a rental, that would sting. So I don't know. I guess we should expect that they try to get it done, giving up the guys they gave up.
Yeah, not a Boris client, so there is a good chance. I'm sure they'll talk after they come to a deal. Who knows? But I don't think it's like a priority. It's not like
I also think it very heavily depends on what happens here. You know.
You also don't know like what the looming lockout too. You don't know if there's going to be a salary cap or whatever. So that's another thing that plays into this.
And obviously he could get traded and fall in love with the team he's in, but Scooble, I feel like this now sets us up to, hey, we have kind of our fallback option where we just sign Peralta. Hopefully he wants to come back. But I do think we're going shopping for Scooble next year. I also think the fucking Dodgers are going to do it. Maybe the lockout's going to fuck that all up. And maybe teams with huge long-term deals are going to be like, we can't put that kind of money. And the team that just signed nothing but 1 and 2 and 3 year deals this offseason might have positioned themselves to be in a good spot for a third Super Bowl. That's just my opinion, guys. That's just one idiot's opinion who lives.
Well, I'll say this though, you know, if it's a free agency thing, obviously, but if there is going to be any sort of Scooble trade with what the Mets just set the market at, that's going to be a fucking haul if you try to trade for Scooble, right? I mean, a legit number, one, and like there was probably 2 top 5 prospects, and one of them like already proving major league ability.
Yeah. We did get Tobias Myers in the deal too, as 5 years of control.
Oh, right. Okay, all right. So
Tobias Myers pitched versus us in Game 3 of the wild card game, 5 shutout innings.
Yeah, so
souped up Trevor Williams, I call him, right? Is that a fair thing to say? Souped up Trevor Williams?
He could be a swing man, but he has 5 years of control too, and he's like pretty good.
I wonder if that's part of Stern's idea of like, if we don't re-sign him, we still get something in this deal that we have under control.
I'm sure that was part of it. I don't think McGill's name came up in talks at all, for what it's worth, like Trevor McGill.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like,
my bad. I blew your brain. There's another McGill.
Yeah, I guarantee McGill's name didn't come up in trade talk.
Yeah, the good McGill's name didn't come up in trade talk. My bad.
Man, but how much was this like rumored, Phil? Before you got on, I was saying I was really trying to not get my hopes up.
For like the last 2 weeks, it was pretty known that Freddie was going to get moved.
Yeah, I mean, I had heard his name, but I didn't think it was imminent like this. I mean,
I got an
us, the Yankees, right?
Like 2 hours ago. So, but I had nothing else besides that.
I Yankees,
and it changes the complexion of everything, man. What's that?
It was us, the Yankees, and the Dodgers that everyone seemed to be like going hard at him.
Yeah.
And listen, boys, we're just a scrappy team from Queens, though. You know, the Steve Cohen, the underdogs. You know, 1/10 the net value of that big bad team, the true evil empire out there on the West Coast. That's the team we're fighting for. We just want to make the playoffs, and he just give us, best of 5, best of 7. Never know what can happen against us. Just a couple of just the 300. I mean, what are we at this point? Like $400 million payroll? The $400 million payroll.
We're at the Sandlot practically. Come on.
And the most important part, Freddy Peralta, Hispanic player, 39%.
39%.
Keep the ratio.
Juan Soto's not going to opt out at any time during the season.
So what about Tobias? What kind of name is Tobias anyway? I thought it was a creative player name.
Mark Feinstein said Tobias Harris by accident.
By the way, what I think really gets lost, and I don't think we did a podcast, but the Luke Weaver sounding I thought was good too. That was I like that move. I think when you look around and they've, who knows how things pan out. We've obviously seen Stearns miss on a few, but they have added in all elements of the team. We've got relievers, we've gotten starting pitching now. Like they've upgraded everywhere. So I don't know how much more you can ask for other than you should have just signed your fucking in-house closer. But I'll say that.
I brought this up
3 more times, and then I'm going to leave it alone. Then I'll never say it again.
I brought this up on like Pick Central too. It's like, what offseason would you rather have? Would you rather have the Mets where you recognize this isn't working, we got to change this, or the Phillies where it's like, okay, we're just keeping the same group of 30-year-old guys, this core together that hasn't won anything. We're
not, and also we're not like really knocking on the door. Like it wasn't like, oh, you made it to game 7 and you lost by an out.
You won
like
83 games.
Yeah.
That's what pissed me off. Like when Pete had an interview last year, it's like, oh man, if we won one more game, things would have been different. It's like, no, I think if you just lost to the Dodgers and got smoked, the same shit would have happened.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that I guess besides the Dodgers, I think the Mets have had probably one of the best off seasons, which is just crazy to think as of, 4 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. And I said, as annoying December was, we kept saying, it's like, oh, let's wait. There's going to be extra moves. Moves are coming. It's going to be annoying, but something's going to happen. And
you know what?
In a week, it all happened.
I have, I like when my GM can pull off a trade because like anybody can throw down money. Negotiating a free agency obviously is a skill in its own right. But when you start to get creative and you show that you have the balls to release some of those prospects and, obviously you got to see it if it pans out. But that to me is some creative, like aggressive, proactive work. So as much as I was killing Stearns, I was critical of Steve Cohen for the first time ever. I never left the Church of Cohentology. Get out of here. So, Stearns,
you can never call him Casino Steve.
Yeah,
no, I don't think I ever did though. I
never to watch the tape.
I might go back and rewatch that entire podcast because you two were a bunch of fun. Like I can't get mad at Kyle. He has twins on the way to go along with like a 1-year-old, so he's just going to be like we're seeing him turn into the grumpy men we are now.
Yeah,
but Kev, come on, like. Wilpons, we've been through this. We podcasted through it every week. We just be like, we just got to get rid of these owners. But we've gotten rid of them.
No. I never said get rid of the reason why. I mean, like, I have lived through it with the Wilpons. In that moment, it was like I thought I was never going to have to experience bullshit like this again. And they bounced back. And I still like Stearns. I'm still not sold on. Like, he is just putting his legacy on the line. And as of a month ago, I was like, you're really failing at this. Now I think he has a chance to prove everyone wrong and prove himself right. But I still think like shit remains to be seen with how much of a mess this has all become. But yes, since that moment, for sure, they have shoved it up our asses, no doubt.
Future Frank Fleming nicknames Boba shit. That's a good one.
I thought he was going to go with no hits yet or something. But it's a bummer the Mets canceled FanFest this year after having it last year.
Yeah.
They didn't want to have it this year because of fan outreach.
That would have been ugly if they had it like last week.
If they had it like on Saturday or like the weekend before they signed Bichette, it would have been ugly.
They should just schedule it now. They'd be like, yeah, guys, we were always going to plan it. Yeah, February 3rd, right before the Super Bowl.
You didn't get the email? Like,
I showed AJ highlights of Luis Robert this morning, but I showed him the 23 highlights. He thinks we just acquired the greatest player in the history of baseball.
Like, was he juicing? Was it a juice ball
I
year?
truly think he was just bored playing for the worst team in the history of baseball.
I'm praying, man. I mean, that's borderline, that's JV version of Brady Anderson, those numbers. It's like, what the fuck is this?
Even at his lowest, he's still an elite fielder. He steals a ton of bases. If you make the bat work out, like, yes, you have an all-star player. If it doesn't, you still have a gold glove fielder, or that kind of caliber player. And he's 28 years old.
Did you hear the numbers that our center fielders had last year? It was like 210 average,
yes.
7 home runs. And like Mullins wasn't even having a good defensive year. Tyrone Taylor was, good as usual. I forgot. I legitimately, like, my brain blocked out that Jeff McNeil was starting in center for us.
He was like our main center fielder for most of the season.
That is just disgusting. The season is just disgusting. Ugh.
I don't want to remember the 2025 Mets. That team is dead. A lot of those bodies are buried. We have a new team. If it's good, we'll see. But I'm so happy we didn't run back the same guys.
Only problem is like, the TS thing is just gonna drive me crazy forever because it's not like you can say, like, he's so separate. He's just a reliever. It's not like, well, if we got him, then we couldn't have put Bichette at third, and if we got this pitcher, we wouldn't have these problems. You could do all of this shit, and you could have just tacked on the all-world closer that, let's face it, we are inevitably going to need. Like, I do think Devin Williams is like a bounce back type of guy with those stats of how unlucky he was. But, You're telling me it's not written in the stars that we're gonna have like 20
Nope.
blown saves this year?
We're gonna have to face Edwin Diaz in a playoff
Yeah,
series
like
at some
that shit
point.
is just
Like,
gonna happen, and we could have avoided it all by like not nickel and diming our first offer.
and like I said, like every free agent we've lost, it's been to the Dodgers. Like every free agent every free agent bidding war we've lost that we've wanted a player, Yamamoto, Tucker, Diaz, it's all been to the Dodgers. It just comes down to we negotiate the contract. The agent takes it to the Dodgers. It's like, okay, just do this. The Dodgers don't negotiate their own contracts.
And in a weird way, we're now like turning it back on the Yankees, where we had the Soto last year, Peralta they were going after this year. I mean, now the Phillies with Bichette. The amount of fucking Phillies fans telling me, come to the bank, can't wait to get you in the bank. The place where the Diamondbacks took you out of the playoffs in 2 games and said, go the fuck home. Like, the bank is not the bank anymore. It's all lowercase.
Yeah.
It's not what
And also the Yankees just bet against themselves or Bellinger. Like I don't think there was any serious team like involved in that. Like,
I actually didn't think that was that bad of a deal with some of the numbers that are floating around right now. But yeah, if there wasn't much other interest,
the best case for the Yankees is it's a 2-year deal for them and he opts out. But like that's just the way it is now. There's going to be a lot of short-term high AAV deals because no one wants to give out the long contracts.
And in a weird way, it kind of worked out like a shorter AAV deal because isn't like 82 and a half the first 2 years. So it's almost like $40 million a year for Bellinger. Okay. So he like, there's a good chance he's going to opt out if he's even decent for those 2 years and as a, is healthy or whatever. So we'll see. I was looking in the chat for a couple questions here. What the hell do the Mets do with Vientos and Mauricio? That's a good problem.
Vientos and Beatty will play. Beatty, I think, if Beatty's not getting traded, he's the Jeff McNeil. I have to believe that now. We're going to have him in left field. They'll play some first, some second, some third. Beatty's going to play.
Oh, I don't want that. Just take those guys, package them, throw another prospect in, and go get another pitcher.
I'd love to do that all for Tariq Skubal, but it's just a matter of Tiger saying, like, yes, we want to trade.
I mean, for real, like, I would absolutely package all of those guys if they want them, and, and one of our prospects or whoever. Like, it's a logjam of guys. These are perfect examples, again, of guys.
That's why you trade Joe Williams, because you don't want the situation again in 3 fucking years.
And we still have it. And those guys are either good enough or have enough raw talent that we probably will have moments with them as well, where you're like, oh my God, we could have had Vientos and Beatty. But if it can land you a top-end starter to complete this puzzle and you can clear up the logjam so you don't have a situation where you have somebody playing all over the field, I'll take that every fucking day.
Mauricio, I truly don't know. Maybe just stick him in AAA for the whole season because I think he has like one option left. I think that's the whole thing of last year why he didn't play in September. But like even he has like no trade value. At least Beatty and Vientos have a good amount.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you saw Vientos do that in the playoffs. You've
seen those guys be actual major leaguers. Mauricio just is nothing.
Oh, and to my fellow people in the Beatty fan club, guys, it's another day down. We survived. I'm not saying we're out of the woods yet because that fucking boy Stearns he's like a shark. He's tasted blood. I don't know what he's going to do next. He's just going to keep getting guys from the Brewers, which, by the way, I always like when a GM makes a deal with their old team and they get guys. Those are the guys he liked. He must have loved Peralta and loved Howard.
Well, I say that except for Frankie Montas.
Yeah, that's true. That's a fair fucking point. Fair rebuttal.
He did get Tyrone Taylor.
That's true.
Yep.
That's
yep.
true. And by the way,
Tyrone
Taylor, he's going to be the late defensive replacement. And if they blow the save, he's going to come in, get the tying run, which, by the way, Kev, you said it. I'm telling you guys right now. I think we said it back the day when he left the team. First game, Williams is blowing the save first game. It's written in the stars. Dog. It's written in the stars.
Undoubtedly, like for sure.
Do we think the Mets are
better
done
not
looking
be
for starting pitchers?
Listen, here is the rule, like forever.
You can never have enough.
You never have enough starting pitchers. Just keep acquiring them. So, keep going.
I don't know. I don't think Framber is in the card just because the qualifying offer attached. Same thing with Gallen. I think Salmon tossed out. Maybe Bassett and Quintana reunions are on the table just because those guys are innings eaters and you're going to need them at some point.
Bassett, when he was eating those innings, was like such a.
He was a big part of that Blue Jays run last year.
Gem.
Yeah. So right now we have Peralta, McLean, which is just looks a lot nicer. Those 1-2 there now, right?
Peralta, McLean. Oh my God, Clay
Holmes, Manaea, Senga, Peterson. Those 6, and then Scott
Tong, Santucci.
Hopefully,
I know some of those guys. A lot of those guys were just duds last year, and like there probably isn't much reason to think that there's going to be a big bounce back. But I don't know. A couple of them are going to stink, and a couple of them have got to even out again. No, right?
But they were all like, it's not like they just sucked. Like they were all hurt. They had injuries. Like it was like legitimate injuries. So that makes me feel better. Now, I'd like to get through spring training without them getting hurt, especially a guy like Minaya who's older, or Senga who has never shown his like ability to stay healthy. Phil, what's going on right now?
I got some bad news for you about spring training. The players, some of them aren't going to be there.
Oh God!
There's a little event going on in March that
God,
the players may not be at spring training.
Just what we need when you have a bunch of guys who need bounce back seasons and got to get dialed in. Go play fucking gym class with all your buddies. Yeah, good idea, you fucking assholes.
Where's Freddy Peralta from? Dominican Republic.
Where else? I play for Team Ireland, bud.
I'm just Aaron Nolan's playing for Team Italy. So I mean,
yeah, you never know. You never know.
Like who are I need to find the managers out, how they use starters, how they use relievers. I'll tell you, there's only one person that I care about who's playing the WC. Edwin Diaz better be there with fucking bells out for the Dodgers.
Blowing his arm off, bro.
The starter, the closer.
I swear to God, if he doesn't play, I will blow a gasket, dude. I will lose my fucking mind.
He's like, I respect the Dodgers organization so much. It's about winning a World Series.
Let that shit happen, Phil. Let that shit happen. No, bro, I have fully talked myself into Clay Holmes replicating what he did, Peterson bouncing back, Minaya, and I still have this dream of Minaya and Senga or him and Holmes doing the double starter thing. Those guys are going to get healthy, and they're going to bounce back in a serviceable way. I'm not saying they're going to be like stars, but I pray that we won't have to deal with like the 3-inning starts. If those guys come back and they throw like even 4 or 5 innings, I'd be happy if you can couple that with great pitching from Peralta and Evan Clay.
There's just no way that could happen. Like this is famous last words, but like knock on wood, there's no way that could happen. Like that's never happened in like the history of baseball.
Right.
Every day was 3 innings, 4 innings. McLean would get a 6 or 7.
I think it literally was like historic, where it's like
it's got to be
pitcher to go 6 innings for like 2 months,
unless there's catastrophic injuries. I think next year's team could be injured and still not be as bad as last year because it just takes an insane amount of bad performance and bad luck. Like it just has to go up in some regards. And if I don't know, man, it's there's names there. There is names to fill out a 5-man rotation where I can at least conceive how that would happen. It's not impossible.
And if those guys go down, the guys you're then being like, all right, Christian Scott, we're going to throw you up.
Yeah,
like, who knows?
And who's the guy who said Santucci, Phil?
Santucci.
That's the newest guy on my radar, I guess. I don't know anything about
him. What's Meyer's deal?
He's a pitcher for 5. He has 5 years of control. I
know what I'm saying. Like, so he pitched against us in the playoffs. Like, what is he ready to rock or what?
Yeah,
like,
he pitched in the playoffs last year for the Brewers.
Yeah, so like there's enough there. There's enough there now. It doesn't feel as barren as it once was. Adding a couple names to the list like that is a big deal.
31 games started. I think 48 games pitched in his career.
Okay.
He has 48 games pitched, 31 started, 3.15 ERA. I think he's 27 years old, 5 years of control, like Phil said. Like that's not a small, add.
No, it's
that's real.
I think it's honestly what got the deal done. The fact that there were reports like the offer earlier in the day was say like just Jet and Sproat for Freddie, and the Mets didn't want to do it. I bet that's literally what it came down to. We want a second piece.
And I think by this point, I think the Robert deal made it a lot easier to move Jet because we have guys behind him like Ewing. We have guys like Robert, who's already in the majors. I thought Jet would maybe play at second at some point, but
we have a lot of infielders.
That's all we have. Yeah, we have 17 second baseman potential on the roster. So now listen, I happened to go to Jet's Fangraphs page. I was like, if Robert leaves or he sucks, how close is this guy? And the name Jet, we said this the day he got drafted, incredible. He's fast as fuck. He has pop, but I just think everything in Dustin Pedroia's life had to go right for him to become the player he was. And I just am do I think the Mets are going to get that kind of luck? Yeah, right. I just don't know. 5'7"? 5'7"?
I mean, he is a tiny man. Now, famous last words when he's rounding the bases on an inside the park home run, shoving it up our ass with this quote going 5'7", but I'm with you, man. That's a big role. I genuinely.
The Brewers love guys like that too. That is
the Brewers
major.
only get short infielders. They just love short players.
But I'm telling you right now, if that guy's name is Tom Williams, I'm not as
yes.
The only thing that's killing me is that it's a Malcolm Gladwell thing. It's written in the stars that Jet Williams is going to be the fucking Benny the Jet type guy. But if it wasn't his name, I'd be like, okay, whatever. He's a
It's
good
like when we traded Luis Angel Acuna yesterday. There were people was like, oh, how can it go up on Acuna? Yes, some towns like, no, there's not the last name there. Like,
I mean, I said it to my mother today. I was like, it was really just the last name. I do like him. He's great love, but
to Frank, Luis Angel Acuna had 41. 24 of them were infield hits.
Wow,
the spray chart was hilarious. When you said
He literally should not hit the ball out the infield.
That is fucking insane.
Peralta's agent is also the agent for Devers and Jimenez, both of those players, and also Peralta in 2020 signed long-term extension. So that's nice. Not having to deal with Boris, man. Even the Bellinger thing, I was like, I don't even care anymore. Just let him go to the Yankees. I don't even like the Yankees.
I wasn't like over heels for Bellinger because Bellinger is also a big home road splits guy. It's like he just killed Yankee Stadium average on the road. So the Yankees could just be the perfect fit for him. Like I don't think he would have been that great here.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Sproat, I like Sproat. The thing is, we do have like so many arms potentially on the way. Out of the three, he felt like the furthest away from being a stud. I also think, like, if you remember, 2 of the games he pitched was when our defense really was in the shitter, and the run prevention stuff was at an all-time. I think Pete himself had like just 2 absolute boners, and I think Soto he fucked up too. So I do think Sproat could be nasty, but again, it's almost easier when it's in Milwaukee. Like, I don't care about Milwaukee.
Let him be an all-star.
I like Milwaukee.
Magic. Yeah, I have no problem with them. I also like, in a perfect world, it's like the WFAN caller proposed trades. You always want to just give up absolutely fucking nothing that has no prospect and no promise for an all-star. It's like, I think Sproat is a really good example of, I think he's going to be a fine player, but I'm willing to part with him, and I don't have much emotional connection to him because, this is the right move.
Like my friend Logan, I'm gonna call him out. He's pissed. He was like, I wouldn't have done that. I would have given up like Santucci, Antonio Jimenez. Like, cool. Then he's going to the Dodgers or Yankees because you're offering dick. Like,
you gotta give up something.
What's the point of having a good farm if you're not going to use it? You're going to play the guy, or you're going to fucking move him.
And if you are Milwaukee or Tampa Bay or something, like you got to keep all those guys. And you got to field a whole team of prospects. But we don't have to do that.
What's the point of having fuck you money if you never say fuck you?
I'm not going to be like, oh, we fleeced Milwaukee. It's like the Brewers got a good end of the deal.
Yeah, no. That was a good, just like both sides benefited on that trade. And the payroll we have, I'll take the guy who's a big arm, big name, and we'll deal with the contract extension maybe later.
So, and then so we got Peralta. We'll see what the contract extension. 1-2 top. I mean, if they make a move for another guy, great. There's just a lot of names, boys. It's a lot of names up there. Senga cannot be hurt by Pete anymore, which is a good thing for him. I mean, I was really worried about Alonso because I know he's gonna hit like 40 home runs for the Orioles, and it's gonna be all over the place every time he does it. I'm not in love with Polanco. Like, the thought of Polanco at first is scary, but like, how come the Mets are the only team that when they get a bunch of shortstops and put them in like easier defensive positions, it's impossible for it to work? I've seen it done.
I don't want to hear about Bo Bichette's defense. People are like, oh, Bo Bichette's never played third base before. It's like, guess what? If he was going to play for the Phillies, he probably would have played third base because they would have moved to Alec Boehm, and no one would be talking about, oh, he's never played that position before. They'd be like, oh, he's just a better player.
Right. Get the fuck out of here with that.
Well, you got to find a negative part of it.
The other thing about Acuna, too, is he was out of options, right? So he was just going to sit on the bench. That was the best case scenario for him.
He's been our pinch runner the whole fucking season. Like,
it's good for him. It's good for us. Like, everybody's winning right now, baby.
And you know what's sweet, too? Like, obviously, he's going to be a starter, but if, say, he doesn't start the game and we need a guy in that 10th inning spot, Luis Robert is fast as fuck.
Yes.
And he's, one of the few guys that I could feel as good about the center as Taylor.
Being a fan of the worst teams in the world, Mets and Jets, I've seen countless times, and you just saw it with Danny Dimes as well, when a guy gets out of a terrible fucking situation and they flourish. And that's always happening to me. And I'm thinking maybe this is the one time I'm going to get to benefit from him. It takes a really shitty franchise to contend with what I'm talking about. And the Chicago White Sox are right fucking there. So there is a chance that Luis Robert is like that guy from fucking Lord of the Rings who's like under that sector life. Even if he just he doesn't have to go hit 38 home runs again. But what if he bumps up to 23?
Like, he's a 2020 guy. Who cares? 2020 elite defense. Right.
That's
what I want.
That's what I'm saying.
Pick up a $20 million option for 27.
Just like it's human, biology that guy is going to be happier and confident and perform. He just has to at least get.
He is playing for a massive payday because he knows if he has 2 good seasons, hit free agency at 29, he's going to get a lot of money by somebody.
Big time.
I heard Evan Roberts, by the way, if everyone, he's a great podcast too, the Rico Brewing podcast, which is just an unbelievable name. I mean,
So
Kev,
good.
you
I'm like
know.
so mad we didn't come up with like an angle. Like that's so good, man.
That's so preposterous. He was talking about how and this is Boris being Boris, but he's like, Peralta, Robert's there every day, working out. And I'm sure Boris is like, this is the money you can make. This is everything you can get. You're 28 years old. You play you play center field, premier position. And if you can figure out whatever you did in 23, which is going to be easier because you're not on the worst team in baseball that is like trying to lose, whatever you want to say about Reinsdorf, like the worst owner in baseball, you can make all this money. And it's like, it's going to be so much easier. He's going to be bottom of the lineup, have just so many more opportunities. Probably have it sounds like, I didn't know how he was as a clubhouse guy, but I was reading he's a pretty good clubhouse guy. I thought he was he might've been a cancer. It sounds
well, again, no matter what he was, he not in the Chicago White Sox organization.
Yes.
You got to throw that out the window.
Yeah, 100%. And that was, that's the other thing. And I've harped on this forever and it's become a talking point, and hopefully I can stop after this year. But where's the Ray Knight, the Carter, the guy, the Hernandez? I mean, Marcus Semien sounds like he's the fucking man. I had Bo Bichette crying about how much he loved him. Sounds like Bo Bichette's a fucking gamer. Sounds like Polanco's a gamer. And it's like, maybe David Stearns was like, you know what? These guys are not only old and they suck at defense, but
they're losers.
Just doesn't work for the clubhouse. They're losers, not the right vibe. And these guys are different. So, I mean, we'll see. You never know how a clubhouse is going to pan out in the season. But,
the clubhouse is, as soon as things go bad, we'll hear about clubhouse issues. But as long as we start hot, it'll be totally fine.
We'll hear about how it's like Mom Donnie's fault or something.
I mean, if you don't think we're in store for a year of Mom Donnie and Lindor wife takes,
yeah, the cold seat. Lindor's wife gets on the cold seat, so I don't have to hear about that fucking dumbass shit. People really did lose their minds. And listen, I know a lot of people listening and watching lost your mind. I bit my tongue. I'm not biting my tongue anymore. Apologize to yourself. Apologize to the group chats you were driving crazy by saying Stearns cares about his fucking small market stuff and Cohen only cares about his casino, and just make peace with the New York Mets because they're going to be. And the best part is, guys, we're not even it's not win or die for us because we have the biggest, baddest fucking team in our league, right?
And you also, you know what? Obviously, Bo is a big contract, but this is a trade. They're doing it pretty efficiently as well. It's not like they're just throwing down money and compromising themselves in the long run. This is a pretty effective, efficient way to do it. Of course, it's got to pan out, but it's not like it's just straight free agency and big bucks.
As annoying as it is, the only actual commitment we have, none of these guys are around for more than 2 years for the most part.
Right. And wait, so who's Juana and Lindor?
Those are the only two long-term contracts.
That's it.
Those are the only ones beyond 2 years, I'm pretty sure. Obviously,
because
I'm expecting Bo to opt out for one.
Yeah, I would think. I would imagine. Yeah, but even if it's still a short-term deal, no matter what.
Yeah, Polanco's 2 years. I think Semien has 2 years left.
Yeah.
And then we have the prospects potentially to backfill it. So if Bo leaves, we just Brett, you're going back to third, and you can then move guys around. If Bichette stays, keep what's his name, Beatty at first, or if Semien kind of hits the wall, you're all right, Beatty, you're playing second. Then we have the guys coming up from the minors, that guy Raymer, the big red dog Clifford. Hopefully one of them are doing stuff for Raymer. Then Benj, who thank God he doesn't have to come in and has a whole fan base being you got to pan out, dude. He
might be the opening day that happening.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you think they're done? You think this is the outfield set?
I think they add maybe a minor addition.
Yeah.
A left-handed outfielder. I'm just gonna toss out Michael Conforto makes a lot of sense if he wants to just get some at bats to be a fourth outfielder. But
yeah, but I mean, as far as the projected starters and we probably have our squad here, right?
It's about set. Just the minor additions at this point.
Yeah. Even defensively, you just looking and there's really nowhere to put anybody in terms of the 25 man.
Is there anybody who's left big on the market? Anybody?
Hitter wise, there's nobody.
Right?
Suarez hasn't had a peep about him.
Eugenio Suarez is the best bat on the market.
Yeah, that's a pretty big name though.
And he raked at the end there, didn't he? He was called for a bit.
Potential 40, 50 home run bat.
What's going on there?
He's older, and I don't know. I really is what comes out.
I know that, but also with all those short-term deals floating around, you'd think he would fall in line with that, and
maybe teams view him more as a DH. You don't want to pay that much. I don't know, or maybe it is.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, but not often that 40 or 50 home run bats waiting around, for the final grab this off the scrap heap sort of thing.
I mean, I don't know. Sometimes teams just overthink it, or maybe
Yeah.
it's on all these other guys. That's not maybe now.
Now
that
they
Dog just-
dominoes. Yeah.
His best fits. I'm on the Athletic. He's their number 16 free agent. Best fits: Miami, Pittsburgh, Seattle. Good luck with those teams getting money out
Yeah,
of these
that's
two
nice.
of those
I'll just
teams.
bring
You
it
know.
I just want to
By the
retweet.
way, go ahead.
I
Sorry.
just want to retweet from Bob Nightingale, and I want to see how you interpret this. Giants outfielder Jung-Hoo Lee, who was detained at LAX, has now been released. Do you think he was released from custody or the team after reading that?
Oh, I took that as custody. That's funny though. Yeah,
He was released from custody. He's still on the team.
Yeah. When I saw that, I thought he got released from the team. I'm like, wait, it must be something serious in customs that he got busted with.
I think he just didn't have paperwork. I think that's what it was. But that's just typical Bob Nightingale.
You know who Bob Nightingale is? He is mincy because you cannot. He says stuff that you couldn't come up with in a lab to be like, this is so preposterous.
You know what he is?
Funny.
He's a walking Arrested Development script.
Yes.
Like that. Those kind of mistakes. Like the fucking doctor. It's like, was he released from the team? What do you mean?
Even like Gene Parmesan, like Bob Nightingale
Yes.
is a character name. Like that's 100% a character name. He's
Bob Nightingale. Straight up.
Oh, we got a Steve Cohen tweet.
What did he say?
What an incredible week. Period. Space. Let's go Mets. Space. Exclamation mark.
Oh,
Smoke.
God.
I see smoke, Steve. I see
I
smoke.
see. Yeah. Also, he got made fun of for that tweet. Nah, we're seeing smoke.
Yeah, smoke's
Yeah.
fucking
Y'all
pouring
got the
out
smoke
right now, baby. By the way, just quick side note. I didn't get a chance to rant about this, and I was just texting with Darren. We were watching some Mets Instagram videos. Martino being on SNY is just disgusting. It's disgusting. That was one of the worst things that like for SNY was like so well run despite everything with the Wilpons. It was always such a good, and then seeing him be like repping them, it's just disgusting that he reps the team now. I hate that.
I saw he already had a sit down with Bo Bichette, and I was like, oh, it's like
Yeah.
all done up like in the studio.
Oh, that's what we were watching, and it's just like, oh, this is not what I want at all.
It's gonna be like the worst guy you ever known said something you agree with.
Mhm.
Like when he's doing these puff pieces for the Mets, it's gonna hurt because
Yeah.
you know.
Because
it's almost-
there's going to be cool moments that he's like the interviewer, and it's like, tell me about that walk off, and it's going to be like, I want to hear that, but fuck the guy delivering it. That sucks.
And I didn't like Steve tweeting. Like I tweeted as soon as he did that. I texted you guys like, this is just like just don't say anything. But I think he doesn't realize you can't do this as an owner. I just think like he was like, guys, I'm waiting like the rest of you. Like I just want you guys to know where we're coming from. We've made our offer and we're just waiting for the smoke. The
You
approval.
don't tweet that unless you know you have things on the back burner.
Well, was
So
it an
True.
intentional tweet though?
I truly think he saw that they put their offer out for Tucker, felt confident. He tweets that out. And yes, they didn't get Tucker, but he knew he had Bo Bichette on the back burner just in case.
Or was he like, fuck, I look like an idiot with that tweet. Go get somebody
get
right
Bo
now,
Bichette.
David.
And they,
Will Sanders reported that they were talking to Bichette since like November, so it's not like that deal just came out of nowhere.
Right.
and by the way, this is just going off the Athletic here, but I was like, oh, where was Bo Bichette listed on this like rankings? He was 2 behind Tucker. I was like, oh, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
We got Bo Bichette.
A hot take. I'd rather have Bo Bichette than Kyle Tucker right now.
I totally do.
Yeah.
Just for like literal actual reasons, but also just like swagger reasons.
Yeah, give me the cooler
Like,
player. I don't want some dorky white guy.
yeah, Bo is the fucking man, dude. Kyle Tucker, I would have been happy with his production, but I never would have liked. He would have never been one of my guys. Bo Bichette is like a guy. He is the one.
And now I'm just gonna believe all the rumors like, oh, Kyle Tucker doesn't like baseball. He's Anthony Rendon 2.0. He just got his money. He
Let's
doesn't give a
go.
fuck. I'm just gonna believe all that.
Yep.
The lack of chin is just showing up everywhere now
Yeah.
too. The
Terrible.
memes are showing up everywhere.
Mhm.
By the way, so Suarez is the number 1 bat available. Then if you go down, the next best bat available according to this list is Harrison Bader at
Yeah.
32, Luis Arias at 33, Marcell Ozuna from the Braves at 38. Like,
Bro,
woof.
how badly are people going to get fucked if you're free agent next year? What happens?
The free agent market the next 2 years is that bad. That's
And
why
but also
Tucker
with the
brought that
lockout and
up.
everything, it's like this work stoppage is just like I could just see that throwing a wrench in maybe there's no superstars, but there are definitely guys who are like, this is my shot to get my biggest contract that I can get, and they're going to be fucked.
You know who's going to have a nice big offer waiting for him if he plays his cards right? Luis Robert Jr. Get in that gym, my friend.
Well,
Focus, take
it
drugs,
would
whatever
be
you have
in
to do.
2 years, not one,
Yeah,
because we
that's
have
true.
the 27.
In
That's
2
right.
years, free agent crops are weak, at least as of now. In 2 years, Luis, you can get fucking paid beyond your wildest dreams.
But
Just
it's so
work
funny
it
with
out.
all these like opt-outs, like there might be a
That's
couple
true.
big rats. Like you never know.
Yeah, Bo could be next year. It could be 2
Right.
years.
So could
Bellinger
Tucker,
could be
right?
out.
Like all
Yeah,
these guys
Tucker.
could be right back on the market.
Oh my God. Yeah. There's a lockout next year too. I saw, I think Heyman tweeted, they're like, if there's a lockout in 27, Bellinger's opt out does go to the next season. This is the way we're talking.
I think it was Heyman or maybe Harper asking Bo Bichette, like the very first question was like, you know, with
It was Heyman. I know exactly what
it was Heyman, right? Do you think you're going to opt out? And Bo was just like, they just didn't answer the question at all. They were just like, thanks for coming.
He looked at his agent. It's like, well, I mean, if he has a really good season, yeah, no sure he's going to opt out. He's probably going to say the best case scenario is he has a really good season for the Mets and then he opts out. Like, that's what it is. And everyone will be happy.
Heyman.
During the Giants press conference for Harbaugh, a guy goes, blah, 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 from Fox News. I'm like, oh, Fox News there. It's interesting. And he just asked, like, Donald Trump endorsed you. What do you think of that? I was like, oh, my God. We have landmines in the fucking first press
right
conference.
Away.
Wesley Steinberg asks the next question.
Oh, my God.
What a beautiful night, man. I really didn't see it coming. I do. This is my mea culpa. David Stearns, you have at least – it's a stay of execution for David Stern. I will admit it. I overreacted. I'm thoroughly happy with the moves that have been made. I think we could afford to add a little bit more, but I will say that in the end, good offseason.
Good offseason.
Could have been better.
Could
also just be better. Didn't need to be a roller coaster, but good offseason.
We have a good team.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we have a good team.
On paper, because we did
on
that
paper,
last year.
On paper, we have a good team.
Yeah.
I mean, I said this about the baseball season last year, and it turns out the baseball offseason can be the same way. It's like a game of Uno. You just keep picking up those cards, and you feel like you're never in a million years gonna fucking see the light of day again, and then the things start breaking the right way. Bo Bichette, Luis Robert,
Phillies,
Peralta, and everything just works out in the end.
Beltran gets in the hall, like everything's coming up Mets.
That's true. And for the record, though, like I know I'm giving people shit because they just gave up so quick on Stearns and Cohen. To be fair to those people, like it's the fucking who's the bum pitcher we got last year from the Brewers. Like that's just that had to live in our heads until we made the right move this season. Who's the guy who got hurt? Montas. Like, so Montas was the big, like, Stearns fucking boner that's just living in everyone's head. I think we can move on from Frankie Montas now. For Freddy Peralta, right?
Also, we never had a pot on this. Thank God Jeff McNeil is off this fucking team. Thank God.
Bro,
we don't have to see Jeff McNeil
absolutely flabbergasted at the amount of Mets fans on Twitter who were like, good, like, thanks for everything, Jeff. Like, we're going to miss you. Like, heartfelt and broken up over getting rid of Jeff McNeil. I would have thrown that guy on the runway. I would have packed his bag and thrown him under the fucking bus, man. That was crazy to me. Like, yeah, you had some good years. We had some high hopes, but all of that was erased by the end. See you the fuck later, bro.
I did forget that Jeff McNeil, I saw those old highlights of him where he made like the great defensive plays. I'm like, holy shit, this guy used to be awesome.
Two months ago, David Stearns was talking about, Jeff McNeil can play some first base too. Like, I was like, that's what he knew. Was like,
I saw somebody when I was like, I can't believe you guys are upset. They were like, well, this is like the final piece of the core. Like the core, what? Jeff McNeil part of the core? What are you? Get the fuck out of here, guys.
Guess what? That core, they were losers until Francisco Lindor got there, until Steve Cohen got there.
They changed the core, and it never really Jeff McNeil. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh God!
All right, man.
We got everything covered, right? We already talked Bo. We did a podcast for that. We talked Robert. We talked that. And hey, maybe we'll fire up one more of these. I don't know what that crazy fuck Stearns is cooking right now in his lab.
You never know.
that does have to be a great, like, if he all along like was totally comfortable with all of this and knew all Bichette, and I'm sure you had talks with the Brewers. If he really had a lot of this lined up and he was just like, we're good. That is some baller shit. I got to admit.
He's like, Steve, these guys don't have that dickhead Boris as their agent. I can get something done quickly with them, where you have to be on a hook for a guy for fucking 3 months. I could do that for, like I said, I could do smoke for Juan Soto. I'm not doing smoke for Kyle Tucker. Kyle Tucker doesn't get the smoke out of the Vatican for me. So
by the way, Frank the Tank tweets, Did the Mets get Peralta, but is the price too high? It just you can never win. You can never win with that, man.
Well, Kev, you know what? Just because you went through some stuff here, I'm gonna let you start it. At the end of the day, with David Stern's in charge, Steve Cohen with the pocketbook, and the 25 men that are currently making up the team in Queens.
Gotta believe.
Gotta believe.
Gotta believe.